Hey guys, my name's Danny. I am a year and a month and a half on Androgel. And I know it sounds super confusing, but my insurance company kind of got messed up, or something with my insurance company got messed up. Honestly, who really even knows? My medicine just didn't get to me. And so it happened about twice, and it was about a month and a half altogether. Maybe even closer to 2 months altogether. So I could really only be a month in about a, yeah, no, I mean, time's kind of flying by. So about a month, yeah, a year and a month and a half. Sounds right any way you put it. So, I don't know, I guess, like I said, I'm on Androgel. I take 2 pumps a day, 1 pump on each arm. And I guess I could say the application site gets super pimply, but aside from that, Androgel has been awesome. It's been awesome. I will say I feel that maybe the timeline is a little bit more different than like shots. But then again, I was kind of on and off at certain points during my transition, so I'm sure that hindered it in a certain way too. So I go to Howard Brown. I live in the central Illinois area, but I drive up to Chicago to go to Howard Brown. They're a wonderful, wonderful clinic. Honestly, some of the best doctors, most professional people I've ever met, and they actually give a damn about you. So that's something else. They remember who you are, or at least they have for me, and it's been wonderful. My doctors are actually like invested in me and the care that I need, and they always want to talk about you. And even if you had a bad day, they want to know about it. They want to know about your mental stability. And it's not just because, yes, testosterone does kind of change that a bit at times, or it can. But it's you can tell it's that these people generally invest and care for you. They are very much a care provider. And, you know, the staff all along the board, there is not a single staff member there that has ever in the slightest made me feel uncomfortable. And if they were, it wasn't a part of the Howard Brown, it was probably a part of something else. But no, I haven't ever felt horrible for going. So definitely highly recommend if anybody is even teetering on the border of checking out Howard Brown. Even just go there for a consultation. They'll do anything. I mean, they're great. They'll sit down and they'll talk to you, and they'll say, hey, do you want to go right now? Luckily for me, like when I went in there, I was like, I want this. I'm ready. This is everything I know about it. This is what I researched. And they're like, you're done. I'm sure that other people probably have that same thing. But if you're feeling unsure, they're not going to sit there and put you at risk for anything that you don't want to do. So, anyway, on to the changes portion. A lot has changed in this year, and I wish I still had my videos from before. I am going to try to repost them, but I don't have them up at the moment. I took them down for a stupid reason, and I hope I can still find them. But anyway, some of the changes that I've had, my hairline is for sure receded. I'll try, like I said, maybe if I can upload those videos, you guys can see from how far it goes back. But I mean, it definitely has, like, I used to have hair, I think, all around here. You can almost see, like, kind of the lineage of where I had it. So that's kind of crazy. It's not like going quickly though. I mean, but I have a lot of thick hair, so I mean, like, not everybody's hair is gonna be the same, especially not hair. My body hair is getting a lot thicker. So I just had to shave my mustache yesterday, but I probably have to shave for it not to look gross at least like every couple days. If I grow it out, it just doesn't get that fullness. It looks like a pervy, crusty teenager's mustache, and I don't want that. So I do kind of get some facial hair along here, although I did just shave that too. A lot of it's just peach fuzz. I have been like getting pimples, and I've kind of pulled them, and they've been hairs, and then thick black hairs will pop out too. So it's happened on my neck a bit. There's nothing that will probably show up on camera, but the ones that probably would have been what I shaved. So facial hair, not a thing. Body hair, for sure a thing. And I mean, I've got it like all up on my stomach, my leg hair, is you never realize that, like, okay, so like when women grow up their leg hair, it's just not as thick, and this one is so much darker, and I didn't realize like how much manlier my leg hair looks and kind of makes me look. I don't know. I kind of feel that. I don't know. I love my leg hair now. I was super like nervous about it and like going out in public before because it would be patchy and stuff, and I didn't want people just, you know, to judge on that. And I mean, like, I honestly go out how everybody feels comfortable for going out, but for me, like, I did not. That's not how I would have appeared if I was dressing as I was back when I wasn't transitioning, if that makes sense. Like, I always kind of dressed way more I always really dressed in men's clothes pretty much my entire life. I mean, there was like a little bit of there's a little bit of a time where I tried to kind of conform to what I think my family wanted and what I thought my friends would want to hang out around. I didn't know what I was. I mean, I was like 13 at the time. I'm like, what is this? But I mean, I can tell you I would go home and, you know, wear the button-ups and all that jazz, and flannels were always part of my life. Flannels were just a wonderful thing. I love flannels. There's a lot of respect to flannels for people who are like genderqueer or non-binary or gender non-conforming, or people who are trans, because they cover so much and they're so loose and they just feel comfortable and you can look good at them and they're just genderless. I love flannels. Probably my favorite. I only own like one though, so they're not my favorite anymore. Anyway, let's see. I stink. My pee stinks. My sweat stinks. I sweat so much now. I sit down and I sweat. I stand up, I sweat. I breathe, I sweat. So I went from being able to like take a shower like every other day and it'd be okay to if you miss a shower, I mean, people just, ugh. So that's probably it. Gotta shower a lot. I love showering though, so it's fine. Let's see. I've had an insane amount of weight loss. I can't believe I haven't brought this up yet. I went from starting off on T to being like about 190 pounds at my worst. I was like 187 pounds at my very, very worst. And to me, that was just a lot of overeating, eating my feelings, having just no self-confidence, I don't know, it was just bad time. And now back like in November now, I started really taking my health serious and like started cutting back eating like crap, and then I started intermittent fasting and keto dieting for about like 2 months, so December and January, and then after that I just started lifting nonstop, and also with the testosterone it helped me drop a lot of weight kind of on its own. So now I dropped like 6 pant sizes. I'm like a size 28 now. I was like a size like 34, and sometimes those would be tight. So yeah, it's nuts now. I don't fit in anything. So weight loss and also fat distribution, that played a huge part. It also helped kind of shape my face a bit, and I can still tell it's like my face looks so much different. Before it was so round, and now it's kind of getting an angular sort of look. And then also it's like really narrowing right over here, so I can kind of see that I don't know, you can really see the it taking away the fattier parts. Like even if you're like skinny, you still have fattier parts, and like women have fattier like a coating of fat, I think, which is what I've been told, over their skin, which is why guys have like the veinier look. Well, I think it's in the face too. You kind of have like this layer of fat, which is supposed to be there. You're not fat. But I think that's redistributing it. I don't 100% know. I'm not a doctor, and it's honestly just like, it's almost like being pregnant. Once you kind of get into this community, it's like, well, can I give you advice? Everyone is so unbelievably different that the advice that you're going to give is probably not going to be accurate. I don't know. But anyway, that's just what I heard. My voice. So, I get misgendered a lot, and I honestly think it's because of my voice. I'm currently going through a voice drop. This is the first time that my voice has ever actually cracked when it's been dropping. So I feel like this one's going to be a little bit more of a significant drop, but every time I open my mouth, like, people are like, the eyes go big, and it's like, oh, you're not what I thought you were. Or they just get a little bit more confused. And it's not I guess it's not every time, I can't say that, but it's a lot of times. And I serve, so I kind of notice this a little bit more, and I also sort of look out for it now. And the funniest thing to me is, like, they'll look at me and they'll hear my voice, and then they'll look right down to my crotch, and I'm like, ooh, put my apron right in front of there, I got nothing, don't look. You know, I feel like even if I was, like, born a male, is that what people do? They're like, hey, just make sure you're a dude, let me look at your penis. Like, I don't know, it's just blew my mind that was the first thing. Because obviously, I mean, like, I do bind, but I now work out my chest enough to where it's not one of those things that I feel like, if my binder broke today, I probably wouldn't have to order another one. I would, absolutely, because I still have, like, tissue, but it's, my chest looks really good, especially when I bind. But, anyway, yeah, that's just been kind of that just cracked me up. They couldn't tell if I had boobs, so they just go straight down to, where's your penis? So, yeah, as for changes, emotional stability too. I used to be like a hyper angry person, and a lot of people were freaked out about going on T and becoming even more angry. That didn't happen for me. In fact, it went the other way. It sort of leveled me out. It made me feel more comfortable with myself, which I thought was a major part of, like, why I was angry and angry at everything. But yeah, I'd say that kind of helped bring it down. Obviously, everyone's different, so don't bank on that if you're a super angry person. But it definitely helped me. It helped level me out. I think it's like helping me see clearly, and not like the impulsiveness of my decisions are also way down. So I don't know if that's also a lot of personal development, or if it's part of the Androgel. But I'm not as emotional or invested almost. I know that I think invested would be the better word. And I almost mean that in a good way, because I would put everything into everything, and I don't have that capacity anymore. So again, it could just be I'm realizing I hit the moment, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I did try subcutaneous shots. I feel like maybe I should put that in a post all on its own, though, like the misconceptions of Androgel. So please wait for another one. That's going to be the next one there. But if you guys have any questions or comments, I'd love to answer them. Yeah, just a little update on what's going on. I hope you guys enjoy it. Subscribe.